everybody, this is the grand finale. We are going to be talking about Starfield, a little game created by Bethesda, a company that was acquired by Microsoft because the Illuminati. Todd Howard was there. He looked like he just got done eating a child. So Starfield is a procedural generated open galaxy planet explorer. It's kind of like No Man's Sky. I'm pretty sure you guys know about No Man's Sky. That was the game with the procedurally generated planets. RPG, I don't even know how they're going to implement RPG elements. Is there going to be towns in this game? Is there going to be a story or a quest line for this game?
Wow, me from the past. That is some incredible journalistic integrity right there. I want to give myself a pat on the back for that one. What's up, fuckers? It's your boy, PingTuber Anderson Cooper here. Just kidding, it's me, the Uniboomer, here to talk about a very special game that is releasing in 7 hours. The video game of a generation, the dream of childhood Todd Howard. Todd Howard was sitting in his room playing Legos when he thought up this game. A lot of NASA imagery, a lot of SpaceX imagery, a lot of America, a lot of that good oomphing America. We're going to be getting into that, okay? Do want to say, before we get into this video, though, for my regular audience, I apologize for the delay in videos. I have been watching pornography for a month and a half straight. The Cumulative Pack playthrough will be coming back next week. Thank you. So, Starfield is coming out. I have played a lot of it. I've played probably 30 hours. Definitely gotten very far in the campaign. Done a lot of side quests. I've done a lot of stuff. There's still a lot of stuff I have not done. This is a massive game. And I'm going to say straight up, I like it. I think it's pretty good. I'm just going to be real here. I'm going to give the typical YouTuber warning. I did not pay for this video game. I also have only played a little bit of this game. These are my quote-unquote first impressions. I needed to shit something out before the game released. I'm pretty neutral towards Bethesda and Todd Howard. I know there's a lot of people that have vengeful vendettas against Bethesda and Todd Howard because they didn't like Fallout 4. I did not like Fallout 4, by the way, but I don't treat Todd Howard and Bethesda like they my parents or something. Just saying that I'm coming in with a completely neutral, non-biased opinion. I did make some skeptic takes in the video I showed. We're going to be talking about that. This game does have some mixed opinions. There's a lot of disappointments over some of the features in the game. Also, some disappointments over mixed political opinions and political propaganda, which I cannot wait to talk about. So, we're going to get into the real criticism of the game. This is the real one. And this is actually a criticism that I called. I called that this was going to happen. This was my skeptical take about the game. I said in that original video, I don't believe there is any way that Bethesda is going to be able to make a procedurally generated universe, solar system for you to seamlessly explore with a spaceship and have an RPG like a Bethesda game. How are the towns and the characters going to load? Are they just going to load throughout the whole universe and not be fucked up? Is that stuff all going to be prepared for you to just travel to instantaneously? I think that would probably be impossible technologically right now. There's so much in this game, and there's so much that needs to be scripted and be set up in a way for quests to work, not be broken, character dialogue to work, characters to be in the right places. It wasn't going to happen. If you were really expecting seamless space travel in this game, you're out of your mind. You can't really fly manually to other planets. I tried. It took hours, and you're not able to manually land unless it is a space station. It's a complicated process too, trying to figure out how to land on those space stations, but you can do that. The planets you land on have limited exploration space to an extent. You can land, most planets have multiple landing spots that have limited areas to explore with, 5 to 6 things to see on the planet. That exploring area is still pretty big though. The planets are kind of desolate. I mean, we're talking about planets in outer space. I didn't expect there to be fucking museums and cities on these planets. Bethesda games typically have you do a tutorial section, and then you have like a door open, and it's like, here's the world for you to walk out into and do whatever the hell you want in. Starfield kind of has that. Like, it takes a long time to get there. Like, it's pretty linear because of the way you travel. A lot of like getting in your ship, going into space near the planet, jumping to another system to be scanned by people and sit trying to figure out how to land, to then walk around, not have a whole lot to explore. It feels limited, but in reality, this game has a huge universe, huge world that is built for you to explore. You just have to like get the navigating down. It is complicated and kind of linear though, but you know, I think you need to look at the bigger picture as a whole. I do understand being disappointed about the not having it seamless. I think they promised that. It does suck. I mean, it would have been cool to have the seamless travel, but it's still pretty immersive with the space travel. Like, you do have to like go, especially if you go to planets that have like strong governments, you have to get scanned for contraband. If you forget, you get arrested like me, IRL and IG. You have to have fuel, you know, like your ship has to have enough room for your crewmates. There is stuff that comes into play. It's not just like, you know, jumping around through menus, fast traveling like you would in Skyrim or any other Bethesda game. It's more drawn out than that. I understand the criticism though, like, it is fair. Now we're about to get ready to get black-pilled. So Starfield has pronouns in the character selector. You see it for 5 seconds. You can't choose customized ones. I wanted to be he, her. I did not have that option. You barely see it. It really doesn't fucking matter. It is like 1 millisecond of this game. People are threatening to each other on Twitter over these pronouns. It's not an exaggeration. I'm being 100% real with you on that. On both sides, people are threatening against each other. Looking at you, Hassan Piker. Good looks, man. Keep it up. I understand that there's like an argument with that, I guess. I fucking guess. You know, we're all politicians here in America, apparently. That's like so far from the fucking truth, though. It's not your politics, left or right. I feel like left or right, you are a pawn of politicians. Politicians in the government view you as cattle to bleed for tax money. Like, you do realize that. There is no, like, one good with politics. I think all politicians are evil inherently and don't have anybody's best interests in mind. They just power and money, like, for real. And they want to control you. So, you know, that's the argument to really have here, folks. Like, pronouns, I get it. I get all the fucking kids, you know, but we have to save the world from the environment by using the internet that burns in a massive amount of gasoline constantly for it to exist. While I tell the Starbucks person to throw my coffee out because they did it wrong, and support American consumerism. Yeah, we gotta save the world. It's stupid. And, you know, for an RPG game to be an RPG game, you should be able to be transgender. They should throw religion in there. They should have different sects of Muslims, so that those could be factions where they each other. Be like a faction war with the LGBT people and the Muslims and the Christians. Let's throw it all in there. I would play that.
End of discussion.
So, anywho, we load into this bad boy. There's like mystical Disney music ringing in my ears. The start menu kind of reminds me of the first Alien movie. I feel like I'm at a blockbuster movie theater experience. Very excited. I got my popcorn ready. Bethesda is thanking me for playing the game and experiencing their universe. Lol. So I boot the game up. I did not realize that the game was recording so choppily. I don't know why it was such a nightmare to record this fucking game. That is why a lot of the gameplay is going to be in 30 FPS, because I could play the game in ultra settings totally fine, but try to record it, it's a shit show. So, anyway, we start the game. We are miners. I'm going to try and not spoil any story stuff. I'm going to try... I skip all the dialogue anyway when I play these games, so I'm not going to spoil too much story for you. But anyways, we're miners. There's a group hug at the beginning of the shift. I thought I was going to be creating a character. You kind of are just shot right into the mining section. So, the beginning of the game, you are given a cutter. This is like a laser that you use to mine rocks, like in No Man's Sky. This is an FPS game, by the way. You kill people and shoot people in the head in this game. So, we touch a thing, we see some crazy space stuff. Now, we are at the character creator. Now, I played around with the character creator a lot. I wanted to see if I could make abominations. Bethesda games are really popular for making the most fucked up thing you can think of making. You know, you can make Shrek. You can make anything, you know, like go crazy. And I hate to say this, the character creator is a lot more limited. Like, I couldn't change my skin color to like green or blue. I couldn't they have like a cross for the slider, so you can't go extremely in one way anymore, which is kind of disappointing, but you know, maybe they're trying to be more appropriate or something. I've been watching a unhealthy amount of Dennis Prager YouTube poops, so...
Every high school principal would come in my duty. America would be a place. First, all students are now trans. This includes Asians. I could not care less if you are yellow or Asian.
Probably going to be trying to do Dennis Prager. I was considering doing Rachel Maddow or Bashar al-Assad. I don't want to alienate my audience too much, so we're going to go with Dennis Prager today. So I kind of made Dennis Prager. It's kind of like Dennis Prager if he was like a fat Asian guy. I tried to get as close as possible. Without the sliders, I really could not make it like as close as I wanted to, but it works. We get to the character background. Character background is like a class, and it's like you start with your skill perks. It starts with certain levels and certain skill perks. Chose cyberneticist. It sounds good for Dennis Prager. Humans and machines as one. Now we have DNA traits. These are like special traits. You don't unlock these by leveling either. 3 special traits for your character. They have positive side effects and they also have negative side effects. Most of the negative side effects are financial, just like in real life. I'm going with alien, DNA, empath, and serpent's embrace. That sounds like an unholy trio of DNA traits to have in your system. I make my name, choose my pronouns, wink wink. We are ready to rumble. Let's get it, folks. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what's going on. I think my brain fell out of my head when I got to this portion of the game. You can pick up everything. I stole a guy's sandwich.
Hey, that was my sandwich!
Penis Prager is looking sexy with the NASA imagery. People are talking about stuff. I am not listening at all. I'm just kind of wandering around looking at stuff. People talk about how they're like, oh, there's all these tutorials holding your hand the whole time. I could just be a complete fucking idiot. Like, I'm serious. I must have been missing these tutorials. We get to the combat section and like, I didn't even have a gun. And they're like, get ready for combat, pick up a gun. And I picked up a gun. I didn't know how to equip it. Like, maybe I just haven't played a Bethesda game in forever, but like, it was not intuitive to me to figure out. Fight some space pirates. The shooting's actually pretty good. This dude shows up, gives us a ship, and we are off to outer space. I want to say too, you know, you open that door and they try to emulate the, Fallout 3 door opening, and you see the sun. And you see all this like planet and stuff, but you know you're not going to be walking to any of it or like exploring any of it, and there's really nothing there. It's kind of weird. It's like, it's almost like the linear tutorial section of the game lasts for multiple hours of the game. But it also doesn't really explain much. I don't know. So we take off in the spaceship, and I'm going to say this again. I don't know what the hell was going on this day. My brain was literally not in my head. Like, I have no idea. I was like fucked in the spaceship. I didn't know what to do. Like, little tutorial screens were flashing, telling me how to do stuff. I had no idea how to control the ship. And then they start throwing enemies at you like immediately. And I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do here, bro? I don't even know how to control this thing. I did figure it out, obviously, but man, you have like different sections of energy. Like you have engines, balance, lasers, missiles, grav, which is your black hole hyperdrive thing. You have to manually designate power to each section. So like if you want more engine, you have to pull from another part. If you want more laser, you have to pull from another part. It has to be kind of like together like a puzzle almost. So I beat those bad guys, and then my dumbass is like, okay, we're gonna test it. We're gonna test the manual flying. I was like, I want to see if I can manually fly to this location I have to go to. I see the blue marker. I'm like, it's there. I should be able to fly to that, you know, like logically. Yeah, don't make that mistake. Like literally, I don't think it's possible. I've seen other people on YouTube take like 6 hours and they like get near it, but you still can't manually land on it. You can only manually dock on space stations. So there's literally no point. Like it's stupid. I really do wish it was more seamless, but yeah. You get to play with the new map menu, which is also a fucking nightmare. It is like, there's a ground view, there's a planet view, then there's a system view, then there's the entire space system view that you're constantly like navigating through, trying to figure out how to, you know, just pick somewhere to land. So after messing around with the menus, I figured out where I needed to land. When you are in the beginning of the game, you can't just select anywhere to go. You have to select exactly where you have to go. Still kind of like the tutorial section of the game. But we land on this, you know, place we're supposed to go. This is kind of like how the planets where you're exploring for locations, this is what it's going to be like. It's like a big open planet space with 5 or 6 locations for you to check out and, you know, explore. Since this is a Bethesda game, I wanted to go anywhere else that wasn't the main mission, do anything else that wasn't the main mission, so I decided to fuck off and, you know, wander in a direction. I ended up at an unknown location and fought space pirates and like a level 10 monster, and it was actually pretty intense. It was cool to see enemies not scaled with your level. It was like fighting dangerous stuff. My robot companion died. It was fun. It was cool. When you're on these planets, you scan. You have a scan mode where you can scan the wildlife. You can scan for minerals, like in No Man's Sky. Scan the flora. You end up doing a lot of combat in this game, and the combat's actually pretty good. It's not like the best combat in the world, but it's like, you know, it's just shooting. I think they actually got the shooting pretty good in this game. I mean, one of the things about Bethesda that's annoying, though, is like guns scale to your skills and your levels, so sometimes you're not getting the most out of a gun if you haven't leveled properly, but, you know, that's an RPG thing. You can get into like crazy, like almost like James Bond-esque, like, you know, astronaut floating shootouts. Like there's certain, you know, areas that have no gravity, and it's like you're floating around shooting at each other. It's pretty nuts. It's something to see. The new lockpicking is like fitting puzzles into puzzles. I really don't know how to describe this to somebody. It's different. It's not that hard though. So I fight space pirates, get a thing, and then we go to the first city, New Atlantis, which is kind of like the white bread of the cities in this game. Some of the cities in this game are crazy. You have to progress to see these cities. Like, some of the cities are nuts. Like, some are like cyberpunk looking, some are like old school looking. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff. New Atlantis is kind of boring, but New Atlantis is the starter city. It's where your, like, I don't know, your people are that you talk to. There's traders, there's ship modifiers, ship technicians, you know, the whole shebang is there in that city. The city almost has like a Star Trek-esque vibe, like a post-modern Star Trek look. I don't know if I'm saying that right. So me and my new female companion
So, are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else?
Are taking off to Mars, and we get to do our first grav jump, and this is where you have to jump from one system to another. This takes grav fuel. You have to have the appropriate amount of fuel to be able to do this, and it's kind of like, you know, going into hyperspace and then you fly to the new system. We're going to Mars, which is pretty cool. The SOL system, I think is it's called, that's our system. So that's where we first go, is the Sol system. It has Earth, Venus, Mars, you know, etc. We are investigating artifacts. We land on Mars. When we got to Mars, I was like, yeah, I want to do the main story, but, you know, I want to just fuck off. Like, I want to kill stuff. I want to just mess around. I want to, you know, get loot, fight things, etc. Do side quests as well. And I really liked Mars. Like, Mars is really dreary and dark and just looks miserable, but it also has like a dreary, like, mining city. I dig this atmosphere. I think it's very cool. Mars looks sick. Like, I would hang out at Mars. I was digging the atmosphere. I decided to run around and, like, you know, go check out the unknown things. I found, like, you know, random abandoned space structures with space pirates and space enemies and stuff. Got a lot of new gear, a lot of new stuff, mined minerals. It was fun. It was pretty badass. I got into some pretty intense shootouts with the new enemies. I'm like passively doing a side quest while also doing a main quest, and one of the main quests, we're like looking for this guy that disappeared, and when we jumped to the planet where the guy was missing, and there are enemies instead of like government agents scanning you, and I made my companion play a bird flute into the radio, and it made the enemies not hostile to us. Very nice. For one of the side quests I was pursuing, I had to go to Deimos, which has a space station, and I had to manually dock. And so this game, this is what fucks me up with this game, is like, you have to manually land on everything, right? Like, pretty much, through the map. They don't tell you how to land on the space station. Like, I was looking on the maps for the space station, I was like, how do I land on this thing? What do I do? I was like manually floating around in limbo, like trying to figure out what to do. I was literally floating around the space station for 2 hours. There were like enemies spawning in and fighting with the other guys. I'm like floating in circles trying to just dock at this station. You have to scan and I think press E or R to bring up the hail and dock keys, and then you hail and then you dock. You manually dock onto the space station. Little tech tip for you. Something that I have honestly done nothing with, but it was a side mission, is the recon station. You get these recon stations, so when you're in your limited travel area planet, you can make a recon station, which is like a base where you can craft things and make stuff. I didn't use it. I'm sure there was a use for it, but I'm just not there yet in the game. It's kind of weird though, because like your ship's right there, you know, so I'm sure you could set up whatever is on the recon station in your ship. I haven't really gotten into the shipbuilding yet either. I've been thinking about maybe buying a ship because there's a lot of cool ships for sale. There is shipbuilding though. You get to build your ship and upgrade it to have different power levels, different fuel levels, different crew levels, etc. Better weapons. It's cool stuff. It's pretty interesting. The recon station is 100% ripped from No Man's Sky, though. There's a lot of stuff ripped from No Man's Sky. I guess I shouldn't say ripped. It's inspired. They inspired Starfield. No Man's Sky inspired Starfield with these ideas. So the one side mission I continue to follow, I am like trying to get a administrator guy to release equipment to minor people because I'm a man of the people. I have to go to a governor's ship that was stolen. The governor of Mars needs me to go get his stolen ship and destroy it. You're given the choice to destroy the ship, obviously, but you can also board it and, talk to the space pirates. You don't actually talk to the space pirates. You can kill them all unless you can persuade them. I was not able to. You do have the choice to just blow up the ship, though, or you could get on and persuade the space pirates. Maybe turn on the governor. I ended up killing everybody. I found evidence. I found some unclassified documents is actually what I found. And I blackmailed the fucking governor. I was like, listen, Buster, do you have any idea what could happen if you got caught? If you got caught with these unclassified documents, horrible things could happen to you. I promise. I've seen it in the past. I'm from the past. He unloads the miner's equipment, and then like there's this other idiot dude that I had to deal with. I don't know. It was a good mission. Round of applause. So for the main mission I'm doing along the side mission, we're looking for this guy that disappeared. We find his ship. His ship has been hijacked by mercenaries. I have another brain fall out of my head moment. You have to take out the ship without blowing it up and killing the guy. And the way you do this is by using a lock-on feature and targeting the engines. This is like explained to you for 5 seconds, and then you have to figure out how to shoot out these engines and not, kill the dude. I unironically died in space for the first time in my ship. I brought shame on my family and friends. I'm sorry about that. Save the dude. That's the main quest and the side quest I was following. I'm gonna be 100% real. Like, it's pretty fucking sweet. Like, it is the Bethesda stuff. There are options. There's choices. There's in-depth stuff. It's interesting, and it's really cool that a lot of the quests like span over all these planets. You know, it doesn't feel like you're exploring, but you are exploring. There's so much to see still. I also love that they don't force you to do base building in the fucking tutorial or any crap that I really don't want to do. It's there for you to do, but you don't have to do it, which is awesome. I implore that. Round of applause to Todd Howard for that. Thank you for not forcing me to do some crap I don't want to do. This game is definitely flawed though. I mean, it's buggy. I like the Bethesda bugs and stuff, but I mean, I was getting bugs where I was looting guys and then they would glitch out and like their entire particle rendering would be over my like camera and like make me not able to move. You know, there is stuff getting bugged. Sometimes when you're in the ships, you can get stuck by your companions or enemies. Like, there is some unoptimized stuff, obviously. I was able to run the game well. I could not record it for shit though, but it ran well for me. There are issues though. It's a Bethesda game. I mean, I feel like that's just every video game at this point. Every video game is having, you know, an optimization issues on release, unless it's a From Software game. But, you know, I like the game. I think it's cool. I wanted to go over the major criticisms with you guys and give my takes on it. To be honest, I think it's a great game. I think it's pretty fun. It's not like the game. It's not, I wouldn't say game of the year. I wouldn't say it's the best game. It's just a good game. It's just fun, you know, kind of like mindless, you know, while you're fucking off, just chilling, flying around, killing stuff. It's fun. It's a $70 game. This game is $70. That is your decision to make. And, you know, maybe you should wait, maybe not. You know, you don't have to buy this game immediately, but I would definitely say that this is a good game. I think that Bethesda definitely did a great job on this game. Like, I have enjoyed playing this game. I think Bethesda has maybe, like, brought the shame off their company. Is that fair of me to say? Because, you know, it's been rough for Bethesda and Todd Howard. I think that this game has kind of redeemed them. Like, we can tell that they can create something new with a little bit of the old, you know. Hey, that's just my opinion though. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know if you like this video. You could like, you could comment, you could subscribe, dislike, do whatever, do the thing. Report me to the NSA. Go ham, get crazy with it. Go threaten against people on Twitter. Go do it. I think it's funny. I like watching it. But yeah, love you guys. The Cumulative Plaque playthrough is coming back. I've just been busy with crap. There's been video games, school, bullshit, you know, the stuff, but I have not forgotten about my stalker audience. I'm here for you guys. I'm gonna get that playthrough rolling next week. But yeah, guys, hope you have a good one. I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Peace.
But I knew he already know. You knew it was plastic, but you know I fuck with that though.